Hello everyone. So we're doing this again. Oh my gosh. So now you guys will notice whenever I'll start uploading that there's now a new batch of videos, and that is movies, poems, music. Music will stay the same, but at least on my main channel, poems and movies. So yeah, so you won't see my lovely face for a little bit, but that's okay. Which, another thing, like, oh my gosh, my face, dude. I don't know, like, I like, this is not the point of this video, but just a little tangent before I start the reason why I wanted to make this video. But yeah, I don't know, I've been a faceless YouTuber for a while, so to be putting my face out there and a bit more, if you will, and a lot more now, it's so weird. Like, because I do also edit a lot of my videos, but like, yeah, just like, oh, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just insecure myself, and I'm also just a private person that just seeing my face while editing is so weird to me. But it's okay, it's okay. That's not the point. I don't know why I went on that tangent, but yeah. So, okay. But yeah, hopefully you like my videos. Hopefully you like my face, because I get a little insecure. So anyway, but that's not the point of the video. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because, as you guys may know, Lilo and Stitch, the live action movie, came out, which I did not watch the live action movie. I do kind of want to, just to compare both movies, and man, I hope it's better than Snow White. Let's just put it that way. I didn't even watch Snow White, but I'm not that interested, just because, yeah, like, bruh. Anyway, but yeah, so that's kind of why I made this video, is because Lilo and Stitch is so popular now, and I feel like we all kind of know this movie, or if you've heard of it, you know, etc. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, Lilo and Stitch is coming out, so I should do my research about it. And so I watched actually the animated movie, and we'll see about the live action too. But when I'm recording this, I watched the animated version, and wow, yeah, no, the animated version. Again, let me know how the live action is. See if I'll watch it or not. I might. We'll see. But the animated version, at least, was very, very good. I definitely really liked how, well, first of all, I kind of just liked how they colored it. Like, obviously it's an animated movie, so of course it's gonna be animated, but I did like how kind of a little more, like it was, how do I explain it? Like, obviously it's animated, so it's gonna be animated, but also I like how lifelike, there you go, how lifelike and a little more realistic they kind of had their coloring to be. And also, obviously, I like that, you know, it's not American, you know, it's not taking place in the States. It's, well, I mean, it is technically, quote unquote, but that it's a little bit more, you know, Hawaiian, and, you know, just a little bit of a different culture. Anyway, it's kind of nice to see something that's not white, I guess, on the screen all the time. No representation. So yeah, it was just like really cool, because I actually don't know too much about Hawaiian culture, so that was like really neat to like just see, you know, and for it to be so normal. And also, I just kind of liked how, for a Disney movie, and I'm also noticing a lot of Disney movies are kind of becoming like this, which I do enjoy, that it's being a little bit more realistic. And even though there is a child as the main actress, it's not sugarcoating anything to do with the real world, which I really, really like. Yeah, no, I just really enjoy that there's more like, for example, the line where Lolo was just like, just let me here to like die. I'm just like, wow, this is a children's movie. Okay. While we're listening to Elvis Presley, which I thought it was hilarious how much they loved Elvis Presley in the animated movie. That's so awesome, personally. So yeah, so it was, and also it was like the whole little bit that to be a model citizen, you have to be like Elvis Presley. That's hilarious. That was hilarious. So, yeah. Anyway, anyway, but yeah. So like, yeah, I definitely liked that it was a little bit more realistic, plot wise. I also just found it so interesting that even though they were talking about like, being an underdog and having like having a character that is so broken, meeting it with another character that is also broken. Like I don't know, I kind of just like that the fact that the two main characters, all kind of everyone in the movie, they all have their own quirks and they have their own journeys, but then in the end they kind of meet each other and kind of get into like a healthier space. Like I thought that was so cool. And again, like I'll mention with all the movies that I will be talking about with these upcoming videos, but I really do like that there is no actual villain in some of these stories, because like, yes, I mean, I feel like some stories should definitely have like a black and white character, but I do feel like, especially in this story, like I do like that everyone's great. Like no one's really good, but also like no one's really bad either. Like everyone has went through things, and because of that, it shows in, how do I say, it's like everyone has gone through things, but it's the actions and the way that they have learned and the way that they have embraced that makes them a better person, if that makes sense. Because like, again, even the aliens, like the aliens who want to take Stitch, also, do not watch this movie if you haven't watched. Do not watch this video if you have not watched this movie, because there's a lot of spoiler alerts here. But I really, really do like that. For example, in the very first scene, and kind of the whole consensus to this story is that Stitch, he's considered a menace, and that he needs to be captured. And so like obviously he's supposed to be more vilified, but it makes sense why, because like if you really think about it, in a society, if someone is going to go on a rampage for no reason, you do need to give disciplinary action. But there should also be a gray area. It should also be nuanced. And I kind of feel like what's interesting about this story is that like each character, like for example, the alien lady, I don't know if she's like a queen or something, but she's like the head, like the alien that's the head of her like cruise ship. And then also Bubbles, who is kind of the person to just like make sure if something goes wrong, like in a family situation. Like there's a reason why they're acting this way. It is because that, first of all, it's their job, but second of all, they're just trying to make sure that their community is safe and that nothing goes haywire. But while Stitch is, kind of has to learn on his own that, there's more to being than there's more to life than just being a menace. And then Lilo, there's more to being, I don't want to say crybaby, because like I can definitely understand where she's coming from, but like there's more light if you really let yourself to see. And then the older sister just kind of like, like, yes, everything is a lot, but you just have to keep going, like stuff like that. Like, I like that all the characters are so nuanced. It's like you can't really hate any of the characters, but also at the same time, it's just like, oh my god, what's wrong with you? you know? So it's like, it's kind of that. It's kind of that throughout the whole movie. And I don't know, I really like that aspect, truly. I don't know. It's such a relatable movie. I guess that's my thing. Like, it's so relatable. It like, every character has a clear purpose. Every character has some sort of growth. I mean, obviously there's more characters that grow than others, of course, but like, everyone has some sort of intention of what they do, because I've noticed, like, especially movies nowadays, like, because we try to put so much nuance to everything now, which I don't really like that trend. It's like, I think we should definitely put nuance to characters, but there are characters that should be black and white as well. And I think there's, like, definitely a debate right now where I just feel like, I'm sorry to say, but, like, Hollywood is kind of declining because, like, nothing, and not everything should be black and white, but not everything should be gray either. Like, there has to be some sort of balancing act, Also, I don't know, I just think, like, when it comes to artistry, it shouldn't be, like, one formula. Like, obviously, if you like predictable movies, yes, make predictable movies, but you should also have options, I guess, of formulas. Like, you should have options of how to make movies, I don't know. I feel like we're at the point in artistry and movie making where, I don't know, it's just, everything's becoming too predictable. Like, we need to kind of change it up, And I think that's the same thing for every profession and for anything in history. Is like, whenever you go with something that is safe, it starts to get boring. You just have to kind of shake it up. And if you want to make a predictable movie, make it with quality, And, like, I don't know, I just think with also cancel culture and, like, with everything that's going on right now in the world too, it really is, sorry to say, this might be controversial, don't cancel me, but, like, it is kind of affecting artistry right now. And it's really sad because it's like, movies are such a special art form, and for us to kind of start putting our own agendas in movies, it just kind of strips the art form. I don't know, again, I might be wrong in thinking like that, but that's just my way of thinking about it. Again, I'm also an artist myself, so that's just how I view it personally. And so, yeah, that's also why I personally kind of like this movie, is that, like, it doesn't really care about being, like, an agenda. It just cares about being a good movie, about being a good story. And at the end of the day, I think that is just what movies are supposed to be, are just good stories that are projected on the big screen. Truly, that's just what movies are supposed to be. Again, this is my opinion, so do not cancel me. But I don't know. I definitely think, like, again, I don't know, just movies. Yeah, movies are just kind of declining, truly. And I'll say this about my Mission Impossible movie, which I did watch that, and I will talk about that. But, like, even in that movie, I don't know, it just, everything is so predictable. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's a fine story. And again, like, LILO and Stitch is a great movie for the fact that it is what it is. It knows what it is, and it's not ashamed of it. And I think, again, for me personally, that's why I like movies. It's not of the agenda, it's of why the movie was made in the first place, you know. Anyway, that's a tangent for another day. But yeah, that's kind of my like consensus, truly. I don't know, there's not a lot to talk about like Lilo and Stitch, if I'm gonna be really, really honest. I just think it's a really good movie. I mean, like, there is definitely a lot of, you know, psychology and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just, personally for me, this movie just, like, I don't know. Because I feel like I could indulge more, but I don't know. It's just, it's one of those movies where it's just like, it's so good. You don't really have to talk about it. Or you don't at least have to indulge in it because of how good it is, you know? Like, it's just a perfect movie. Like, the coloring, the sound, yeah, I don't know. It's just, everything is just so perfect. Like, yeah, truly, just, I love how everything is so gray, and like how all the characters just kind of support each other and also kind of deteriorate each other at the same time, you know? Like, it's just, it's so perfect, you know? Like, again, I love how just kind of, yeah, kind of love how self-aware it is, and like that it's not sugarcoating anything, you know? Like, it's just a movie, you know? It's just what it is, you know? So, yeah. Okay, that's all I can really say about it. It's just such a great movie. So, anyway, okay. I will see you guys in the next one.